Welcome to Learned and Go-Go, the podcast. Hey, my name is Sydnee. I am your host, and I am also the author of Everything I Need to Know I Learned in Go-Go, How a Preacher's Daughter Pole Danced Her Way to Finding Her True Self. You can get your copy of my book on learnedingogo.com. It's available both paperback and ebook. I just wanted to hop on this afternoon real quick because I really wanted to do the podcast last night. I miss all of you. And I'm really hoping that some people are able to hop on. I know it's kind of a funky time to go live, but I figured why not, right? You may hear some strange noises coming from behind me. My senior dog is, she can't use her back end anymore. So I can't leave her alone to come in here and do this. So she is with me. I have bribed her with a rawhide full of peanut butter. So if you hear some noises of bones hitting hardwood floor, it's just my dog. Don't be alarmed. But I hope you guys are all doing well. I want to just hop on here real quick and see if anybody has joined me yet. I don't think so yet. But I wanted to thank everybody who joined me last week. I had a great month off in August. I got to kind of regroup and get my head back together. And then, it's kind of going out the window again now. Like I said, Lexi is having a hard time with her legs. Aside from that, though, she's fantastic. So my days now have turned into having to kind of pick up her back end because, like I said, the rest of her's fine while she moves her front end around. And it's been kind of like, I guess I'm really like working out my lower body because I'm in a squat all the time. And we did get her wheels, and she looks absolutely adorable in her wheels going around the yard, but it's been an adjustment. And so I know some of you are dealing with taking care of seniors too, not in the dog sense. And I give you guys credit because I know how hard it is on my, I'm sorry, she's got that peanut butter bone. She is like going to town. Hey, Lizzie. Hey, Mortimer. I'm so glad you guys could hop on. That makes me so happy. So glad to see you guys. Yeah, this is like the no makeup afternoon special. It's like so bright in here, but I'm really glad to connect with you guys. And I just needed it. I needed some positive energy today. Because yesterday I really was not feeling well. I wanted to do the podcast so bad, but I had to do the adult thing and be a grown up and go to bed so that hopefully I would feel better today. And I do in that sense. But I could use some positive energy. So anything that you guys have to celebrate, anything I can shout out for you, any projects I can plug, put them in the comments. I'm always happy to do that. Mortimer is here, and you absolutely have to check out The Legend of Bloody Bones and connect with him online, see what that is about. It's going to be amazing. I'm so excited. Yeah, so I haven't been doing a whole lot in that arena recently. I've just been kind of working and taking care of the house and the family and everything, but I'm like itching to do some more projects. So anything that you guys have for me, I'm here. Let me know. I do absolutely still want to turn this into an audiobook. I think that it would reach a lot more people. So that is on my radar. I just can't do that with a dog chewing on a peanut butter filled bone behind me. Right, Lex? She's so worth it. Oh, let's see. Mortimer says, I'm going to be joining Reaper this year at Scarefest weekend. That sounds awesome. Where is Scarefest weekend? That sounds like so much fun. That way anybody that's in the area can come check you guys out, because I know you're going to be painted to the nines, I'm sure. If that's what I think it is, I would love to be able to go. I'm hoping that next month I'll be able to go out and film episode 5 of The Red Huntress. If you haven't checked that out, definitely go onto YouTube. It's the Red Huntress series, and you can check it out. Episodes 1 and 2 are out. I'm in episode 2. I am in episode 2. If you've seen it, you know why. I think that's funny. Oh, okay. Scarefest weekend is in Kentucky. Awesome. If you read my book, you know, I went to college in Kentucky. And I went the fall of 1993. My God, that was so long ago. Doesn't seem like that long ago. I feel like I was a college kid yesterday, but it was 1993. I went to southeastern Kentucky to go to school in a dry county that became a porn-free county a couple months after I got there. I bought the last issue of Playgirl that convenience store was selling, and it was an experience. I'm glad I went. I met some awesome people that I'm still friends with today. We have some stories, let me tell you. But yeah, I decided after my first year, because growing up as a preacher's daughter, I was kind of like this. So when I got to be out on my own, it went boing. 2 weeks into school, I was blonde. And then I got, I think, 3 tattoos while I was there. And, like basically I was doing everything but getting an education. I had a blast, but I started out as a psychology sociology major. And then second semester, I switched to English journalism, joined the newspaper, was super excited to be able to report the news. And they censored my article on censorship. So I was not, I didn't get much into the paper, but I wrote a lot. And then once second semester was over, I decided I was going to take a year off, and that was 1994. And here I am, longest year ever. But you know what? I don't know what I want to be when I grow up yet. So if I knew and what I wanted to do required a college degree, I would absolutely go back to get it for that purpose. But I'm not going to get a degree just to say I have a degree if I'm not going to use it for anything. You know what I mean? I have 3 kids that 2 have graduated college. 1 is in her junior year. And at one point we were paying 3 college tuitions at once. And I was looking for somebody to buy a kidney because college is too freaking expensive. It is ridiculous. But thankfully we're on the last one in our last 2 years. So that'll be cool. Let's see. Went to college when we first moved to Texas. Lizzie did? Is that who you mean? Oh gosh, my other dog just came in here and scared the crap out of me. Yes. Let's see. Education for its own sake is the height of opulence. Everyone should do it. I love learning new things. I just don't need to get a degree in something specific if I don't know what I'm going to use it for yet. I learn every single day. I love to read and, like learn all kinds of things. I'm always open to expanding my brain, because there's a whole lot of shit I don't know. So I'm happy. I'm happy to learn every single day. And Lizzie says that 93 was her first full year in Texas. Awesome. And it's your fingers are too big for the buttons. No worries. It's all good. But yeah, is there anything that you thought you wanted to be like when you were a kid and people would say, what do you want to be when you grow up? What was your answer then? And is it what you're doing now? Because I found some people are really like blessed that they know their path from the time that they're little. They're like, I know I'm going to be this. And then they go out and do it. And that is exactly what they were meant to do. And other people like me are like, I knew I wanted to be a mom. And that was pretty much it. The rest of the details didn't matter so much. As far as like at one point I wanted to be a lawyer, at one point I wanted to be a truck driver. I was going to go to cosmetology school. I was going to, be the therapist, which I think I should have continued down that path because I think that is something I would have been good at. Um, but every year I'm taking on new things. Like author was not on my radar, and then when I started writing my book, it just like you know flowed out of me. It took 4 years. It was a long flow, but like at that point in my life, that was where the stars aligned, and that was what I was meant to do. Sorry, she's cracking me up. Lizzie wanted to be a ballerina cowboy astronaut. I love that. And the mental picture of I'm picturing the helmet with the vest, the tutu, and the spurs. Like that is fantastic. Like point shoes with spurs on the back. You probably dig up the back of your legs, but the mental picture of that is fantastic. And I love that. Mortimer says, I can say I am definitely on the path. It's just a struggle for sure. Absolutely. And that's another thing. I know I keep referencing my book, probably because I've had this podcast now for a while and I always forget to plug my book. And today I'm like, yeah, and in my book, and in my book, and in my book. I talk about too how some people have talents that are very obvious. Like, some people, like my daughter is very, very gifted in animation, drawing, like stuff like that. That's her path. And she graduated with a degree in art. That makes sense. That's where her talents lie. But that doesn't mean that just because you have that talent doesn't mean that it's going to be easy to pursue a career in that path. Again, she has the talent, she has the degree, she just got a job doing something completely different because animation jobs are not that easy to find, especially one that can actually cover your bills. So she's got to put the work in if that's what she wants to do, and other people, can sing beautifully and want to be, the next whoever, pick a pop star or country singer or whatever. But a lot of that is auditioning and playing clubs. And today, actually, it's less that and more social media content to get seen, to get those auditions, to get, like it's hard. And people are like, oh, well, they went on, what's the singing? The Voice is one, I think, America's Got Talent. I don't really watch those shows, but people will think, oh, they just went on there and now they're famous, and they don't see all the work that goes behind it. So with Mortimer, we've only been friends for a short time, even though it feels like we've been family forever, but I see how hard he works. I see what he puts into his projects, and he is super, super talented. He just needs to get his products on the view of the right person. It's all sucky how, like, it's all timing. Oh, I love seeing you guys all in love. It's so cute. And Lizzie said, ballet dancing on the back of a horse. That was the dream. I love that. I've never heard that before. Oh, stop it. He said, are people like myself that have a great voice and have a face like a shoe? Stop. Do not have a face like a shoe. But if you're not as comfortable, there's all kinds of voice acting and stuff like that, and you can do the voice characterizations phenomenally. So that's another thing. You guys, anybody that's in the comments and everything, check each other out. Like, connect. You don't know who can help you on your path. If you're unaware, every morning I do a positive affirmation, and I talk about a lot of this stuff when I do those affirmations. I do that on my Learn and Go Instagram page, which I can unfortunately not hook up to StreamYard because StreamYard's a big butt about that. But it's on there, and it's also on my Sydnee Facebook page. I have way too many accounts, guys. But definitely check them out. I do them every morning as kind of like a happy way to start the day, because I really think we need a lot more positive energy. So They're typically around the 2-minute mark. I think this morning's was a little over 3, and that's long. Like usually they're only a couple minutes, and I use a deck of cards called Affirmators. I always say at the beginning of every video, I'm not affiliated with the company. They were a gift from a friend. So I'm not getting any kickback doing these. I do them because they help start my day off on a positive note, and I like to share that with other people. That's the only reason why I do it. But I talk about stuff like this because we'll get a card, I just shuffle the deck and pick one. But there's ones about your path, about being on the journey, about how to mentally, like prepare yourself for the journey that you're on, and about connections, about meeting the people that can help you on your journey. And I like to think that the positive, people in the comments are here and we can all connect and be more positive together. So I'm the affirminator. I love that. Oh, hey, sweetie. I'm so glad you could hop on. See, I just have to do these during the day. I'm really glad you could hop on though. This was kind of like last night when I was going to bed feeling like chicken fried ass because I really was not feeling well. I'm like, you know what? Maybe I can just hop on tomorrow afternoon because I'm being respectful of other people's podcast times because I know that there's usually a Thursday night one. So I wanted to do that, but I wanted to see you guys because you guys make me happy. And I just like hanging out with y'all. So yeah, so what else is going on? I was asking for, if you're just joining us, we were talking about how when you're little and people ask what you want to be when you grow up, what did you say you wanted to be? And is that what you're doing now? Are you doing the job that when you were little, you thought you wanted to be? My little brother, we used to tease him all the time because when you ask him what he wanted to be when he grew up, he'd say, I want to grow a garbage man. Not I want to grow up and be a garbage man. I want to grow a garbage man. He is not a garbage man. As far as I know, he has not grown a garbage man, although my sister-in-law is a kick-ass gardener, so stay tuned. But yeah, speaking of, props to the trash collectors because, man, some of the stuff that they have to deal with, I give them props. Thank you for them. Technically, Mortimer wanted to be Superman. I bet Lizzie thinks that you are, sweetie. That's actually one of the things that I call Dave, so I like that. Yes. So what else were we talking about? My train crashed. I've just been like, there's been something funky in the universe lately, and like one of my friends was telling me that I'm sorry, I just saw Lizzie's comment that says, I'm so mean, I immediately thought chicken fried ass sounded like a backwoods delicacy. Hey, I don't kink shame on this program. If you're into chicken fried ass and everyone's consenting, gobbles. Yeah. Now I'm thinking of chicken fried ass. But one of my friends said that she charged her crystals in the blood moon the other night, and that you're not supposed to do that because then it gives you chaotic energy. And I didn't know that. I always forget to charge mine. I have a necklace here that, excuse my pit, that I need to do a little cleansing on because it's got some bad juju in it. But yeah, so I'm kind of wondering if that's hanging on a little bit, like if there's a little chaotic energy from that. But things are like, even before yesterday, things are off. So I hope that things are better with you guys and you're not feeling that same energy. And again, if you're just joining me, if you hear some funky noises coming from behind me, my senior dog is infirmed. So I didn't want to leave her in the other room. So I gave her a peanut butter filled rawhide, and she's behind me chowing on it. So if you hear strange noises, it's just a yellow lab with a peanut butter filled rawhide on a hardwood floor. Chicken fried bony ass. And now we're into chicken fried bone ass broth. All right. So that makes me wonder, what is the strangest thing you've ever eaten? Like, have you ever had like roadkill surprise? Have you ever had something where you've traveled so you wanted to try the local delicacy and it's something really strange, like, Indiana Jones with the monkey's brains and the snake surprise, like something like that? Have you ever tried anything really strange to us? Not because if it's the local thing, it's not strange to them. Um, I know I've had, like alligator, I've had bison, I feel like I had rattlesnake once, but nothing like totally crazy. Oh, Mortimer says I got tricked into eating squirrel jerky. How was it? Because I know like a lot of places they do eat squirrel because it's so plentiful, you know. And Lizzie says I tried a lollipop with a cricket in it. It tasted dusty. That's really funny. I've had a chocolate with a grasshopper in it, and I've had like the little like dried larva that's like barbecue flavor. Hey, thanks for hopping on. Good to see you. Um, let's see. Oh, did you miss the question? I'm so sorry. The question was, okay, somehow we got onto the top. I know how. So, quick recap for Dustin, who I'm so glad is on here. It's okay, Lex. It's okay. Um, I was saying I wasn't feeling well yesterday, and I used the phrase I felt like chicken fried ass. So Lizzie said that sounded like a backwoods delicacy, which made me say, what's the strangest thing that you've ever eaten? And there you go. Now you're caught up. It was a Mortimer. Mortimer says the squirrel jerky was a little nutty. That's hysterical. I'm going to mute this for 1 second. I thought I heard my daughter. I was going to ask her to come get Lexi. Um, Dustin says cow brains in Italy tasted like seafood. Really? I've never had like, I mean, I feel like I've had organs at some point because I know my mom used to make like the turkey giblet gravy, and you'd get like little chunks. And I know she used to make liver. I don't think I've ever had brains of anything. Not that I know of. Maybe I got fooled like Mortimer with the squirrel jerky. Sweetheart, it's okay. It's all right, honey. She hears my daughter, who I think is outside. But yeah, I've had, like I said, it's like a grasshopper or cricket in chocolate. And yeah, alligator I had the first time at a Van Inn, and they had it barbecued. It was delicious. It was so good. It was like pork when pork is cooked the right way, because sometimes pork is really dried and like tastes like sawdust, but when it's done right, and then it's like juicy and so that was awesome. So then I went to a restaurant. They had alligator nachos. I'm like, I like alligator. I'm gonna get it. It was like big league chew nachos because it was not cooked right. So it was like bubblegum, very chewy, very bleh. If it was the first time, I wouldn't have liked it. No, she's not hurting. She wants to get her sister. She's just like, she hears my daughter and wants to join the party outside. So hopefully my daughter comes back soon. Let me call her again. I really thought I heard her come in, but no, she's not in pain. She has, well, at least that's not why she's crying right now. But she does have arthritis and hip dysplasia and degenerative disc disease. So she has a pinched nerve. So that's why her legs aren't working. But she takes a injection painkiller every month that helps keep the pain away. And she's on the glucosamine, chondroitin, like, so she's got all the things. That Here comes the Muffster. Here's the other puppy. Hey, Muff. Excuse the toilet paper. But yeah, so she just wants to not be left out of going outside with her little fur sister. But yeah, sorry to sidetrack the conversation there. So Lizzie says they tried frog legs and it tasted like fish, but at least that's close. Okay. Lexi Daisicle, honey. And Dustin says, I've had bugs. Many places around the world, it's normal. Good protein and much easier to farm versus larger animals. I know that cricket flour was getting really popular as a protein source. Sorry, had to do the big mom yell there. Let's see. So yes, she has FOMO for sure. Oh, adorable puppy overload. They are really awesome. I am still recording, so that's my daughter. If you don't mind helping her, she's just very whiny because she knew you were outside. Thank you. Love you. Yay, so Severian made it. Welcome. Mortimer says frog tastes like fish if it was chicken wings consistency. I'm not sure I've ever had frog legs. Like, I've heard people say it tastes like chicken. If you're familiar with Eddie Izzard, apparently human beings taste like chicken as well. It does a whole bit on that. But yeah, I have not had frog. And sometimes it's like, okay, well, this tastes like chicken and this tastes like chicken. Well, why not just eat chicken? Probably a lot easier than getting the little froggy legs done right. But I do see that on like cooking shows and stuff. Watching Chopped has opened my eyes to a lot of things that are edible that you wouldn't think are edible. What are they called? The gooey ducks. It's like a big clam with a big old, they say it looks like an elephant trunk, looks like a big peen. Why would you look at that and be like, I wonder what that tastes like? No, thank you. Pass. But I'm glad we live in a time where we don't have to go play that game of is it edible or is it not? We just go to the market. We don't have to be like, hey, sea urchin, giant spiky thing. Why don't I try to eat that? Like, what? But very grateful for the people that have gone on before us that did all of the trial and error, Oh, yes, very true. Since chickens evolved from dinosaurs, we can extrapolate that chicken tastes like dinosaur. Yes, that's awesome. I never thought of that, but you're absolutely right. So I wonder, like, how they decided chickens. Is it just like, so we got chicken, duck, goose, but we don't really eat swans. Like, how did they decide which birds? Is it like by size? Like, I'm really not going to want to put a little robin in a roasting pan. Like, how do you decide what? I don't know. Maybe they taste like chicken fried ass. I have no idea. Let's see. Dustin says bizarre foods, and Anthony Bourdain shows my food knowledge is pretty good. Yeah, I have watched Bizarre Foods a couple times. Some of them just seem, I don't know. It's never like I never trip upon it that often, but I have put that on before. It's interesting to see what other people eat. And some things that are just like, like I'm not going to say, well, you shouldn't eat crickets when we're eating Pop-Tarts. Like, the crickets are probably better, than the processed stuff. So whatever, the one thing that I cannot get behind is guinea pig as a food, because I loved my guinea pig so much. I could never look into that little face and think, what do you taste like? No. And granted, I'm not, in the Andes mountains hungry. So there's that too. But like, I could not just look at that little face and be like, let me put you on a bun. And like, no, never. They're too cute. But I guess people eat rabbit. I've never had rabbit, I don't think. Again, couldn't look into that face and be like, that looks like dinner to me. I don't know. I love cows though, but I love cheeseburgers. I'm so conflicted. So conflicted. But I do try to mix it up a little bit. I had tofu for breakfast this morning, like I try to mix it all up there. Yes. Guinea pigs and dogs and cats should always be off the menu. I agree 100% on that. They are friends, not food. But yeah, there's just certain things like I could never eat. But I don't, like I said, I'm not in those situations and things are uh culturally appropriate in other nations that are not to me. But like I said, I'm not in that culture. Killer Tofu, one of the best fictional bands. What is that from? I love that name. I never had tofu until a couple of years ago. Um, it's the song Killer Tofu from the Beats. I don't know the Beats either, but that's a great band name because it's the Beats like the vegetable. Love it. Lizzie said rabbits ride that line too. I grew up on veal and lamb, but as an adult, Aaron and I choose to not eat babies. Same. Same. I don't eat either of those. Never been a fan of lamb. Never liked the taste of it. But yeah, I did grow up with veal and it's not my jam. I agree with that. So but yeah, with the tofu thing, I only started eating that a couple of years ago because I did a nutrition program in 2018. If you guys have been following me for any length of time, you probably see my workout videos. I was really, really good at working out 6 days a week. And then I got injured a few months ago. And so I'm like getting back into it because I couldn't work out for a while. But back in 2018, getting ready for my wedding, I was doing this. It was like a pretty intensive workout program with a nutrition program that was timed nutrition. I had to eat at certain times and certain food categories in those times. So eggs were like a easy protein. So I ate, I don't even know how many eggs. And now my body, like, it's like roulette. If I have an egg, I might be fine, but I might not be. And I never know. And it doesn't matter. I can have them cooked the same way in the same type of oil or butter. Like, it doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. It's just day to day whether my body decides we like it. So I was looking for an alternative. And one of the people in the cast of the workout program was vegan. He's not anymore. So I reached out to him and asked, how do you make tofu taste good? So he helped me down that path. Hey, Freddie, so glad you could hop on. Nice to see you in the comments. That is awesome. Oh, it's from the cartoon Doug. I have heard of Doug. Yes, awesome. And Dustin said winner. That's funny. I feel like my kids watched Doug. I don't really remember much about it, but that's pretty funny. I love that the killer beats or the beats killer tofu. I will definitely check that out. Thank you for sending it to me. Yeah, okay. So new topic. What are your favorite songs from a cartoon, a movie, or whatever that aren't like mainstream, something that was created for that program, like Killer Tofu by the Beats? Is there something that sticks out at you, like that's a song that from something like that? Because like SpongeBob has so many of them. I adore SpongeBob. To this day, I quote SpongeBob multiple times a day. But the campfire song we sing all the time, best day ever. Let's see what else. The fun, F is friends who do stuff together. Hey, sweetie. Yes, I am. It's a surprise, quick little afternoon podcast because I wasn't able to make last night. So I'm glad you could hop on and say, hey, join the conversation. All right. Mortimer says, mine is from a video game. Okay, that counts. Let's see here. Dustin said, not going to lie, Always felt a lapsed vegan should automatically become a cannibal. I feel like you should just jump from one extreme to another. That's funny. I understand though, like getting to a point where you just want the cheese. Because I could never give up cheese. I could give up just about anything else, but not cheese. Uh, let's see. Mortimer says, oh, okay, that you watch so much TV and movies. Excellent. Let's see here. Lizzie says, I'm thinking you were shenanigating in college when Doug was big, so it probably flew right under your radar. More than likely, yes. I was 100% up to shenanigans. So, oh, thank you. Yeah, I do feel better today than yesterday for sure. So the question is, what is a song that you like from a cartoon or movie that was created for that? So it's not something like Bohemian Rhapsody and Wayne's World, because Bohemian Rhapsody was released on its own, but something like the Campfire song from SpongeBob, something like that, or Killer Tofu from the cartoon Doug. That's what started this question. Dustin says, sad song, but really like it. Everything I ever thought I knew. Rapunzel's Tangled Adventure TV series. Okay, I've never seen the TV series. I have seen the movie once, but I haven't seen the TV series. Mortimer says, mine is from a game called Dead Island, and the song is Who Do Your Voodoo? Is that supposed to be bitch and you're not trying to get in trouble with YouTube? Who do your voodoo? I'm guessing. Let's see. Dustin says, I'm going to go back there someday from the Muppets. I don't know that one, but did you see that I've been doing daily, I forget. So it's like an every 3 days song challenge when I remember to do it. And a couple days ago, it was road trip song. And so I picked Moving Right Along from the Muppets. Dibby Dum, Dibby Dum. I love that song. Muppets have some good songs. Shell by Banyo for Witch Hunter Robin. I am not familiar with that. That's all. I'm going to be looking these up. Awesome. Oh, cool. Yes, please send me the video, Mortimer. That's awesome. Okay, that's hysterical. It's actually a rap about taking out zombies and talking crap to the zombies. That is hysterical, and I cannot wait. Yes, but loose and fancy free. We sang that in my 6th grade chorus. I will definitely look it up, Erica. That's awesome. And I'm sorry I got it stuck in your head, Lizzie. Oh, yeah, if you wouldn't mind sending it to me, that would be fantastic. Thank you. I would love to check it out. It's funny how, like, middle school chorus, we used to sing the most random songs, and I still can sing them, like, years later. Because like I said, in 6th grade, I know we sang Moving Right Along. There was a song called Clouds that's actually beautiful. Every once in a while, I write out the lyrics and kind of post it as a poem, just because I think it's beautiful. And there was another one called The Rhythm of Life that I remember. There was New Shoes Blues. I don't know why I remember this shit. I could be so smart, but my brain cells are being clogged up with lyrics to 6th grade chorus songs. Dustin says, currently into the song How It's Done from K-pop Demon Hunters. Okay, I don't know that one either. I'm going to definitely be looking these up. I love to learn new songs. And it's funny because sometimes like we have these conversations and I'm like, oh, let me add that to my like songs. Let me add that to my like songs. And then my like song starts playing and I'm like, what the hell is it? Like, where did this come from? And I forget. But yeah, it's like just looking at what I've searched for recently in here. We have Leave a Light On by Papa Roach. Then we have Tattoo by Jordan Sparks. That came on the, thank you. That came on the radio like a week and a half ago and it's been stuck in my head. So I added that. The Baddest Batter something by Joey Valence and Bray. It's the baddest bitch in the club, I think is how that goes. Always by Real Life. That was the flip side of Send Me an Angel. And then like Baby Doll by Nerd. Like it's all over the place. My musical taste is all over the place. So I love when you guys share music with me so I can check out new stuff. Thank you. Uh, yes, Log from Ren and Stimpy. Now it's Log, it's Log, it's big, it's heavy, it's wood. It's Log, it's Log, it's better than bad, it's good. I love Ren and Stimpy. I have to rewatch that. I think it's on Paramount Plus. But I definitely have to check that out because we used to do the ice cream bar. You know, you covet my ice cream bar. You cannot have it. We used to do that all the time, and we do the, you know, will Stimpy press the big red candy-like button? That's awesome. Yeah, Disney, need I say more? Disney has amazing, amazing music. I still listen to the Little Mermaid soundtrack and the Lion King soundtrack and like so many of the classic ones, like the original animated ones. I still love that music. And it just makes me happy. It's fun to sing that stuff. I have We Don't Talk About Bruno in my like songs, so that'll pop up after like Carcass sometimes, and it's hilarious. And years ago, back when, you know, you'd have cassette tapes so you could record whatever you wanted on them, I had one side that was the Little Mermaid soundtrack, and the other side was Megadeth's So Far So Good So What. So I've always had eclectic music tastes for sure. Um, let's see. Erica says if it is, that would be great. I'm not sure what that's talking about. I'm sorry. Hey, Darren, thanks for hopping on. Saturday morning cartoons. I'm just a bill. Yes, I'm only a bill. They need to bring back Schoolhouse Rock as a way of like teaching kids different things because I think we can all agree that music will stick in your head and you'll wind up singing it and you'll retain it. Like I said, sixth grade chorus songs I can sing now that I'm 50. They stick. So I love Schoolhouse Rock. Oh, do you have to hop, Lizzie? See you later, sweetie. Thank you for hopping on. I'm so glad. Um, and brain fart. What was I saying? Schoolhouse Rock. My kids loved it. We used to watch it every single day. I had the DVDs with like all of the songs, and we would just put it on there. They had the shuffle was like mild or spicy burritos or something like that is what you would pick for to watch them in order or to watch them, you know, shuffled. So, oh, you got to hop too, Dustin. Thank you so much for hopping on. Always good to see you, sweetie. Um, oh, Lizzie, were you saying bye to Dustin? I thought you were you were leaving. I'm sorry. I am so corn-fused, but it's better than being cornholed. Schoolhouse Rock, that's what we were talking about. Yes. They are fantastic. And if you did not grow up with Schoolhouse Rock, check out the videos because they're so fun. And I used to just love singing those songs with my kids because I grew up with those songs and they're still mostly relevant today. So you can check them out. You know, like Interplanet Janet. Sorry, Pluto. You're not recognized anymore. I still think Pluto's a planet. I don't care what they say. But most of the things that they sing about are still true today. So let's see here. Schoolhouse Rock that they should do. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Agreed. Sorry. I forgot what we were talking about for a second. I'm telling you, man, brain fog is real and it's real scary. Sometimes I just like stand around wondering what the hell's going on. Like it's kind of frightening. But I've been doing like Wordle every day and strands and connections like the New York Times games, but they're always trying to get me to buy it. And I'm like, no, I will do the free games, but trying to keep the Alzheimer's away because it's rampant in my family. So I'm trying to do brain exercises every day. But yes, let's see. Lizzie says, I understand the demotion, but Pluto will always be a planet in my heart. Same, same. Mortimer says, I'm still listening to musicals. Yeah, I will admit it, just the good ones. I have an entire playlist on my Spotify that is musicals. I love musicals. I was in all the school musicals. Love, love, love. I like have seen Wicked 3 times, twice on Broadway and once in Philly before the movie, you know, like, and Love it. I absolutely love Les Mis. I've seen that several times live. We went up to Broadway and saw Miss Saigon when I was in high school. Well, when they landed a helicopter on the stage, shut the fuck up. What? What? Full real helicopter. Like, I wish I could get up there and see Heathers, the musical, again, because it's back. I saw it when it came out in 2014 because my friend remembered I loved Heathers and invited me to come up and see it with him. It's so good. I love that soundtrack so much. Um, there's so many. Like, of course, Rocky Horror and Repo the Genetic Opera and um, what else? What else? What else? Hamilton, I freaking love too. There's just so many. Let's see here. Even Animaniacs made a song about USA Capitals. Yes, absolutely. That's another one that my kids used to sing all the time. The state capitals, and I think there was a country one too that Wacko, I don't know if it was Wacko or Yakko, used to sing. But yeah, they're really good too, and that's a good way to remember that stuff. Yeah, New York Times did take away a bunch, but not all of the free plays. They took away the free play of the mini crossword the day after I did it. I did it the first day it was free. I was like, yay, this is fun. It's just like a mini crossword. This will be good for my brain. The next day, it's like, you have to subscribe for that. Come on now. I'm sure that they are, getting plenty of ad money. They don't need my $2 a week or whatever to play the games. Phantom of the Opera is so good. So is Cats. And I still remember being in my dorm room in college and singing, I was singing Memory from Cats. I had like the Andrew Lloyd Webber CD, so it was like Memory from Cats and the Magical Mr. Mistopheles. And then it was Don't Cry for Me, Argentina, and Another Suitcase, Another Haul from Babita. And it had a couple from Phantom, All I Ask of You, and the other one that's like the most popular ones from it. But I was sitting there because in high school chorus, we sang Memory, and I was an alto, so I knew the harmony of it, and I'm listening to it on my boombox, and I'm just belting out the harmony, and I turned around, and my roommate's mom was just sitting there staring at me. I didn't know she was in the room. Oh, well. Free show for her. Let's see. Mortimer says, I love Repo and Devil's Carnival. I still have to see Devil's Carnival. But I love Repo. I'm sorry, but you didn't phrase it in the form of a question. Are we doing Jeopardy? I feel like I missed a comment. That's funny. They made a song about ice cream ingredients. I don't think I know that one. And Mortimer says, I think I've made Lizzie hate Phantom by now. That's hilarious. Darren says, is it Savan Glover had a tap dance musical called Bring the Funk, Bring the Noise, was incredible. Oh, a tap dance musical called Bring the Funk, Bring the Noise. I will definitely check that out. And Lizzie says hate is a strong word with a, I love the mwah. You guys are so cute. Oh, sorry. I had a message from United Airlines pop up on my phone. I'm like, am I supposed to be going somewhere? But it was just like an ad. Thought maybe I forgot. Brain fog. Bring back the free New York Times games to save my brain. But yeah, I love musicals too. They're so good. I was in show choir. So in 7th grade, we did Oliver. And then in 8th grade, we did Guys and Dolls, and they made me a guy. And then in 9th grade, we did it was like a showcase, I guess. So it was Annie, Sound of Music, Oliver again, and The King and I. And I was Mrs. Sourberry and Oliver for that one. And I was in The King and I was like one of the king's wives. And then in The Sound of Music, I was Frau Schmidt, but my friend kept calling me foul shit. And then like I think it was when we did the rehearsal for the school, like it wasn't the opening night or whatever, but he comes out and he's like, Foul, Frau Schmidt, and we all just like lost it. And then 10th grade we did all over again, but that was like the biggest production to that point that the school had done. It was freaking awesome. Actually, we had to do it in another school's auditorium because we didn't have one that worked for that. It was freaking banging. Um, and then I switched schools between 10th and 11th grade. And in 11th grade, it was Wizard of Oz, and I was one of the witches because there were multiple ones in that production. And then in senior year, we did Anything Goes. So all the like more classic ones. I like going now to, my kids were in the musicals as well. And they did The Addams Family, which is so fun. What did they do? Oh, they did Little Shop of Horrors. Fantastic. They like rented the Audrey 2 puppet. It was so cool. It was really, really cool. I was like jealous. I'm like, man, back in my day, we had to make our own props. But it was really, really cool. Mortimer says, 7 brides for 7 brothers. Bless your beautiful hide. I've heard of 7 brides for 7 brothers, and I feel like it was something I saw at my grandmother's when I was growing up, but I could be completely making up that memory. Oh no. Lizzie gets several notifications a week from the Long John Silver's app, but they tore it down and haven't rebuilt yet. Random confusions. That sucks. Oh, I forgot there was a Prince musical. Oh, it's not going to happen. Oh, Darren, I'm sorry. I know you're like the biggest Prince fan ever. And Prince was amazing. They have, like I like Green Day. We didn't need a Green Day musical. Like Prince should have a freaking musical. I can't believe they canceled it. I'm sorry. Let's see. Oh, cool. Welcome to the YouTube side. I'm glad you switched over. Did you say it was lagging on Facebook? I don't understand. Maybe because I have it going out to 2 Facebook pages, because since it was a special, not my usual time slot, I wanted to be like, hey, come and join me, guys. So that's why I used both pages. Oh, I'm sorry, it was lagging. Yeah, that sucks. Mortimer the Mothball edition. Yeah, I've noticed back when I was on the goddamn program, a couple of people would answer way after everybody else. So I don't know what causes the lagging, if it's the platform, if it's the platform in certain areas isn't working as well. I'm not sure. But I'm glad you switched over. I'm glad it's not as laggy. So that's cool. So we have a few more minutes. I love this because I was really only going to do a half an hour. That's why I was saying it was a quickie, but I love you guys, and I'm so glad that you could join me. Oh, see you, Leah. I'm so glad you could hop on, sweetie. Love you. Have a great rest of your day. So for those of you who are still here, would you like to play a game of Pick a Page? Would you like to do I think I have, where did I put it? Okay, we might not be able to play Sarcastic 9-ball. Oh, wait, yeah, I found it. So we could do Pick a Page with, yeah, I do have both books. Sorry, Dave hung a shelf for me the other day, and I had to like pack everything up. So I'm like, where'd I put everything? But I do have both books and the Sarcastic 8-ball or 9-ball. If you guys would like to play a game, would you like to play a game? Not that kind. Our computers are so much more advanced now. Could you imagine? Let me know which one you would like to play if you would like to, and we can do the last couple minutes playing a game, and then I will hop, because I can't, like I said, I really was not planning on talking this long, but you guys rock, and it's so much fun to talk with you. So it's been almost an hour. All right, Mortimer is doing super cool emojis in the comments. This is adorable. I love it. I'll pop it up on screen. Super cute. All right, Lizzie says, Sarcastic 9-ball. Will I manage a full night's sleep today? Okay, you guys are going to have to look at my self again while I get the 9-ball. All right, So Lizzie is asking the sarcastic 9 ball. Instead of the magic 8 ball, I have a sarcastic 9 ball. Will Lizzie manage a full night's sleep tonight? It says, you can't handle the truth. I guess that's a no. Oh no. Mortimer says he's going to get his tricycle to play a game. I've never seen any of those movies, but I know exactly what you're talking about. Luna's got a yes, get out of your funk for sure. Is that your question? Will I get out of my funk? Okay. I thought you were saying your 3 o'clock was going to get you out of your funk. Will Luna get out of her funk? It says, are you serious? Very sarcastic. The 9 ball is so sarcastic. All right. I'm going to ask, am I going to win the next Powerball? Because I didn't win this last one. It says, whatever. These aren't even helpful answers. How about global thermonuclear warfare? That's what I was doing, though. Would you like to play a game? Right? So rude. Very rude. All right, I'm going to ask it. Are you ever going to not be rude? It says, yes, if you leave me alone. Hysterical. Mortimer says, will I safely not glue anything to anything today? Okay. Is Mortimer going to have a safe glue session? It says whatever. Rude. Hugs and kisses to you too, Darren. I'm glad you could hop on. That is awesome. All right, couple more questions. Yes, no questions for the sarcastic 9 ball. I keep wanting to hold it up as a 6. And it's funny because I forgot to put this on mirror, so everything's like backwards. But it's good because usually I think I'm going right and on the screen I'm going left and I screw myself up. So let's see. Will I be back at 9 p.m. Eastern on Wednesday like usual? It says, obviously. Mortimer says, Lizzie will walk in and I'm glued to the ceiling. I don't know if that's the first time that's ever happened, though. I feel like that's something that Lizzie may have walked in on before. That's hilarious. All right. One more question for the sarcastic 9 ball. What do you guys want to know? Ooh. Darren is asking if there will be new music by his favorite artist soon. It says, just Google it. I didn't even know that I've had this recently enough for Google. That's hysterical. And Lizzie says, I have walked in on some things, man. I love it. I love you guys. You are so awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining me on this little surprise afternoon edition of Learned and Go-Go, the podcast. I missed you all so much last night and decided that I had to do just a little hop in and say hi. It's all no makeup, crazy lighting, whatever. I just wanted to see you guys. So I really appreciate all of you who have hopped on to join me. Don't give away my Dracula secrets. That's hysterical. And yes, Luna, thank you. I did need rest yesterday. I was in bed, but I couldn't go to sleep right away, which is so frustrating. And then at like 2:30 this morning, it sounded like bats were being sacrificed outside my window. I don't know what caught what in the great outdoors of my backyard, but something went to heaven last night. I don't know what it was, but it was loud. And so then I was up again, like not being able to fall back to sleep. Kyler, I'm so glad you caught us at the very end, sweetie. I'm so glad you're here. All right, before we go, Kyler, ask a yes, no question. I want to make sure that you get a chance to participate. Oh, I definitely will give the puppy lots of love for sure. And you got to bounce too. Love you too, Luna Projects. Thanks for hopping on. That's awesome that you could join me. I'm so glad. But yeah, Kyler, if you have a yes no question real quick for the Sarcastic 9 ball, that was the game that we were playing. So I want to make sure that you're able to participate as well. But I'm so glad to see you. It's a happy surprise. But yeah, there's I didn't get the sleep I was planning on last night, but at least I was in bed and resting, which is good. So let's see. Tacos, yes or no? That is Kyler's Sarcastic 9 ball question. And the answer is hashtag not happening. Oh, sad face. Everybody loves tacos. Well, you don't have to listen to the Sarcastic 9 ball. It's just telling you what it thinks. So it can totally be wrong. But anyway, I love you guys. Thank you for joining me. As always, I am, at this point, 9 p.m. Eastern Wednesday, I will be back my regular time. I really was all ready to go last night until the universe decided that I wasn't. So I'm really happy I could do this today. I love you guys. And just remember, when life comes at you with any kind of negativity or problems, you got to take it head on. Because when you stick your head in the sand, you think you're hiding, but the rest of the world just sees a big ass. Love you.